Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. My name is Zach, otherwise known as Pulpy Syntax, and today's a fabulous day. Today's a great day. There's a lot happening on YouTube, like there is every day, but things are happening and it's interesting. And if you know, you know. And if you don't know, that's cool. Thank you so much for joining me. So, to catch up where we are, Miss Chantel Marie has gone live about 7 hours ago at time of my recording. I will not be reacting to it because I did sit through the hour-long live stream and there's really not that much content to speak on. She continues to have breakfast sandwiches, these ones she made at home. There continues to be very little advice in terms of any diet in general, really. Her mum may be a close contact or is a close contact for someone who has tested positive for COVID, so she's having to undergo a 14-day lockdown and all of that. So feel free to check out that live stream. I tried. I did have a look through. There really wasn't all that much meat on it. So instead, today, I've had a brilliant idea. And they are few and far between, but they do come sometimes. So we are now 5 days away from the new year, and I thought, what a great opportunity to reflect on the year that's been, and with the assistance of Miss Amberlynn Reid, discuss resolutions. Now, we know that Amber has been on the YouTube for 7 to 8 years. She pretty much has always done a New Year's vlog or a resolution or piece of content surrounding the new year, which is fabulous. So I'm going to work in reverse chronological order across the next 4 or 5 days. And today we are looking at 2020 resolutions, weight, money, college, etc. Now, I'll preface this all at the beginning. I understand 2020 was not the year anybody thought it would be, right? There's this little thing, COVID, pandemic, that all happened. I would make the argument that Amber's life was largely uninterrupted by it. By comparison, right? I'm sure personally she's struggled, but largely uninterrupted based on what we see as an audience member. There is a little less going out, but even in the old house, there was kind of less going out. So yeah, with all of that being said, let's jump into the video. As always, we are sped up to 1.25 times speed, and here we go.
Hey guys,
Hey,
I was about to say happy Christmas Eve, that's over with. Happy New Year's Eve. Today is the 31st.
Beautiful.
I just wanted to say hello. I have not been vlogging or anything like that, as you guys know.
We are 3 days away from the 31st down under, so this is getting me thinking about what I want 2021 to be.
But I really want to just say hello and thank you guys for such.
Also, I really love this dress. I think I said it when I first saw this. I really love this dress, and she did a really good job on her eye makeup to match it. Love me a matching moment, and it's great.
A crazy year. You know, you guys keep me on my toes. I have so many supporters. I have so many people who just enjoy watching my videos, and those are the people that I need to focus on more.
Isn't it nice when she recognizes the positivity in her audience? It is. It's refreshing. It is honestly refreshing considering what we've been going through.
Because I know I also have a lot of haters. Hello. But I still am very grateful for each and every single one of you. You guys are the reason why I'm still making YouTube videos, and I just really appreciate you guys, and I feel like I don't say it enough. So I'm sorry I didn't.
I hate to start such a beautiful day out with cynical Zach. I believe, and it is my opinion, that the reason why she continues to make YouTube videos is for monetary gain, because there is no way that there is an external source of income. That's all. And I don't begrudge that. And people question me about AdSense and about monetization and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm willing enough to have the conversation about it. I don't really understand that much about it either. But I just see the numbers. I like the numbers. But yeah, if Amber were demonetized for whatever reason, and I'm not trying to say there should be a reason. I'm just saying if it occurred, I highly doubt you would be making videos, right? Because you have to have like some form of motivation to do the thing that you're doing. And I enjoy having conversations just as much as I enjoy seeing numbers. So
get a start to the vlog sooner. I have spent majority of the day doing really nothing. I also spent a chunk of it getting ready. I had no idea how I wanted to do my makeup today. I knew this was the dress I wanted to wear today because it reminds me of like New Year's. I don't know, but
it's very New Year's, like the ball dropping kind of thing. But I actually love it. I'm not sure how I feel about the tasseled earrings. I do appreciate the fact that it's this like rosy golden moment, not rose gold, but a rosy red, plum, purple, burgundy and gold moment, which I
Becky's putting air in the tire.
I think the only thing I'd work on with this look, me talking like I know anything, is the lipstick. The lipstick reads kind of orange on my screen, so it's not, I don't think it goes particularly well. She's not, I was like, is she wearing false eyelashes on the bottom? No, that's just a thick amount of mascara, I believe.
We're actually about to go out for dinner with Eric and Ricky. And then after that, Dana and Destiny are coming over and we're just gonna like play games and we might do some drinking. I haven't drank in over a year, I think it's been, because I feel like someone my size should not be drinking, but I might just drink. Maybe one Smirnoff, I don't know. Nothing too crazy, but.
Love me a Smirnoff. When I was hitting the clubs as a youth, Smirnoff Double Blacks were my drink of choice, and I would either swig a mouthful and ask for a shot of grenadine, or swig a mouthful and ask for a shot of Malibu, and both were bad decisions. Actually, yeah, just lots of bad decisions in my youth. When I was 19, 20, I slipped on a dance floor and dislocated my knee, and then spent 3 months being unable to walk very well, and that put an end to party time, Zach, recognizing the fact that I was drinking 4 nights a week. And anyway, this is not what this conversation is.
I hope you guys are having a good day today. Hey guys, so it is the next day, January 1st, 2020. I love the sound of 2020. Just flows off your tongue very nicely. So this video is just gonna be me talking. I'm gonna be talking about some goals I have this year, some resolutions, just getting it all out there.
Now, I understand not everybody is a big fan of resolutions. I'm not in particular either. I just think it's interesting to reflect on resolutions, because it's kind of like you are setting yourself a goal for your 12 months. Again, I think you could set goals for smaller, more manageable amounts of time. I don't think it's a necessity to wait until the end of a new year or end of year or start of a new year to set those resolutions and goals. And sometimes working towards one big goal is really hard, right? I had a specific number on the scale that I was trying to reach and realized that, oh boy, is that overwhelming. So it's easier to see the smaller numbers in it all, right? Like it's easier to see the calories being tracked day to day. For me, calories being tracked day to day, or the weight changes week to week or month to month, rather than like, you know, I did set myself an overall goal. I said February to February, 12 months, I will actively participate and address my health. But yeah, let's watch.
So first I want to say, not only is it a new year, it's a new decade, and I think about the last decade and it was very up and down. I found love, I lost love, I had deaths in the family, lost a ton of weight, gained a ton of weight, lived in quite a few different states. It's just been a lot. If I was to even sit down and try to even come up with a list of things that happened in the last 10 years, I couldn't, because it's just so many ups and downs that it's like, I'm scared for what this next decade is going to bring me, because obviously every decade, every year is going to give people, you know, highs and lows. And I get very scared for the lows. So I have a little notebook of the things I want to talk about, because I literally forget what I want to say like majority of the time. So I know I asked you guys in the community post a couple days ago what you guys want from me January 1st. What type of video you want from me. It's January 1st and I didn't even upload a video. Today has been kind of like a roller coaster.
That's okay. I mean, I don't begrudge. It's interesting reflecting on Amber and her scheduling, because in the past 12 months, for instance, there's been a couple of periods where it's been a drought of content, and for whatever reason, it is known to Amber and unknown to us. We can speculate, however. So yeah, I mean, I've already mentioned that I won't be going into 2021 vlog styles. I would really like to do kind of snippets on what my weeks look like, because I live a relatively boring life. And the things that I do fill in are generally with company. So I never know how to feel about, you know, shoving a camera in their face. So yeah, but 2021 for me and my content will be to continue to react, to attempt to inspire, to have conversations, to learn more. Or this is all through the lens of doing YouTube, right? And then I also want to do snippets of what my weeks are. So take you guys out skating now and then, do walks along the river when the weather's good, hit up all the places I couldn't hit up in December, and just keep engaged with both life and YouTube. So
some personal things happened today that I don't really want to talk about, and it gave me no time to film because I was going to film when I woke up, upload it afterwards, and it just did not turn out. But I will say, last night was a good time. I could have filmed it last night, but you guys, I had so much fun. I actually did drink, and you know, it's okay. I really do believe that someone my size should not be drinking, but you know, I made it to 2020. I want to just let loose a little bit, and I did, and we all had so much fun. I woke up super swollen though.
To speak on drinking, right? I've never had really a dependency or a bad relationship with alcohol. Maybe I could argue that I did when I was like in my late teens, early 20s, but I like to chalk that up to a learning experience. I'm recognizing the fact that I was becoming dependent on, you know, socializing a lot more than I was focusing on myself. Anyway, okay, I mean, I don't necessarily agree with this argument that because you're so big, you shouldn't be drinking. I mean, I think a better argument is if you're so big, maybe watch your diet. I think that's a better argument. Now, is that to you know, forgive alcohol for all of its transgressions and misgivings? No, not at all. Alcohol is a toxin. Like, we understand what it does to the human body. It's not great. Like, it's really not great. I continue my practice of beverages of the adult and alcoholic nature. I try to reserve for celebrations. And that may be an unhealthy way to see it. I don't celebrate that often though. But if I'm going out to celebrate someone's birthday, or someone's had a win at work, or we're closing down for holiday season, like, for me, that works. I understand it's not going to work for everyone, and I would love to read anyone who's willing to talk about it, their experience with alcohol and kind of their viewpoints on it, because, you know, it's interesting to talk about. Anyway.
From the alcohol, because I barely drink any water to like even kilter it, and my brain was like a little fuzzy when I woke up, but you know, that's fine. I'm just trying to drink a lot more water today to kind of...
Like, more water certainly helps you when alcohol's involved, but you don't like, it's not a zero-sum game. Like, it's not, I'll drink one like bottle of water to one bottle of beer and it just negates the effect. No, like the alcohol.
Flush it all out. Anyways, I kind of went off on something else. You guys, majority of the people said they wanted a weigh-in video. They wanted a weight loss update. I will be giving that to you guys when I'm ready. I know a lot of people think that I'm trying to lose weight, that you guys didn't know I gained or anything like that. That's definitely not the case. I'm just really trying to get to a point where I can step on the scale and be like, see you guys, I am serious about this. And I want to say the month of December was kind of like a rocky one, because I lost a pretty good amount of weight in November, and then when December came along, I stayed the same. I definitely wasn't ready to step on the scale for you guys then, but I'm still losing weight. Like, I'm not like in my highest weight at all, and I can't wait to share that with you guys. So I'm just gonna get into resolutions because I have a few. So the first one is think more about college. I'm sure a lot of you know I used to major in criminal justice, and I didn't get to finish. I went for about a year and a half, and I ended up having to move across the country while I was in college. Once I moved, I realized that criminal justice was no longer for me, so I never actually went back to college. I firmly believe that college is not for everyone. You don't need...
I agree. I'm a big fan of pushing for a gap year. I do not believe that, because here in Australia, we go to university, we make our decisions. So we choose our subjects and apply for our courses like midway through our 12th year of schooling. At least in my state, it's a little bit different everywhere. But I was 17 when I chose what I was going to go and study. And being slightly bullish, I got a year and a half, 2 years through that degree into realizing there was no future in it for me. But I didn't want to have 2 years wasted, so I pushed through, got my degree in 3 years, and kind of left it at that. I'm very thankful that I did it, and very thankful that here in Australia, our government picks up the tab and we have to pay them back when we start earning money. But yeah, I understand. In my opinion, I don't think university is for everyone. I don't think it's a requirement for a lot of people, specifically in the current technological era. So many skills and abilities and pieces of education don't require like traditional university. But that's because I work in hospitality and media and sales, and it's all very fluid. But yeah, I'm a big proponent for a gap year. I honestly think that you should, if you're 17 and considering what you want to go and study, consider just letting yourself break for a year, like finding yourself, going out and doing things, because what you're interested in an environment where you're surrounded by peers and like-minded thinkers and people who you grew up with can change drastically in 12 months, right? So for me, at 17, just like I was turning 18 that year, I had already locked in my major. I knew what university I was going to, which was at the other side of an entire state, and had to organize myself, moving, living, rent, like all of that stuff, right? So as a 17, 18-year-old, that can be kind of daunting. Whereas I believe if you take a year off from full-time study, I truly wish I had, and that's why I speak about it. I just feel like you can get a little bit more experience in the real world, and kind of make your decisions based on your interests without a lot of external stuff. Anyway.
College to be successful in life. If you want to go to college, that's great. Do what you think is right for you. I always told myself that I would never go back to college, but there are things that I am very interested in and that I have always been interested in. So this honestly makes me want to step out of my comfort zone and go back to college. So this is something that I want to look more into. I know exactly what I want to major in. It's something I've always loved, and I just want to know more about it. So
the running theory was that this was literature, English. I mean, I haven't read anything of Amber's, mostly because it isn't showcased on YouTube, which is where I like to kind of keep myself. But okay, I mean, okay, not to denounce the education of the English language, right, at all, because important. But I'm just thinking about that stack of books that she showed us during this year's Vlogmas. And I wonder whether or not those authors had a college degree. Like, again, the age of technology where you can write and you can self-publish and you can do all of these things. Heck, like, imagine, okay, bear with me. Imagine if Amber wrote a romantic novel, because that seems to be the content that she enjoys, kind of YA/supernatural/romance, right? If she wrote that, okay, people would buy it for whatever reason. People would buy it. Considering there are a lot of other YouTubers out there who have self-published their own books and they are of questionable quality, there's nothing stopping Amber from taking all of her hours in a day and putting it behind a book, right? So I think that would be interesting. And then imagine if she also recorded the audio for an audiobook and self-published an audiobook to go along with that book. How great. I wonder if Amber has ever considered doing a memoir, like ever considered doing a, behind the camera, like biography style, like, I'm just saying I'd be here for it as a reader. I think that would be probably a really frustrating read or listen, particularly in terms of editing. But, content is content. And I think that would be a really good hobby and something interesting for her to do. So hopefully she does this again, pardon me, for 2021. And maybe that recommendation will show up.
That's something I really want to dive into. So that is on my like 2020 bucket list. So I want to journal daily. I want to read more. I want to write more, whether it be the story I'm working on, poems, just about my feelings. I really, really, really want to write more poems. I love poetry, huge passion of mine. And I love just like freestyle poetry where you just get your feelings out. And then like what I do is I do it in a little note section on my iPhone, and then I forget that I did it and I like find it a month later and I'm like, dang, that's good, boo boo. So yeah, I really, really love writing. So this one's kind of silly, maybe not, but I just want to pick up after myself more. I have a bad habit of like, perfect example. Here's a water bottle. I'll finish drinking it and I'll just set it on the table, and without even thinking, it'll be there for like a full day. I'll wake up the next day.
I truly hope that in the year 2020, Amber had invested in a reusable water bottle. I know it's a bit of a joke within the community because she got a water cooler and all of this stuff, but the amount of waste that water bottles create, maddening.
And be like, oh, I left your water bottle on the table. You know, it's just simple things like that I feel like add up. So I want to try to not do that anymore and just pick up after myself a little bit more. I feel like it's very important that I learn to say no. I let people walk all over me. When people ask me for something, doesn't matter really what it is, I always feel obligated to say yes. Not always a bad thing. Like, I'm a very giving person, but it becomes a bad thing when I don't know how to say no, where I just give. I just feel like there needs to be some sort of balance, because I'm almost losing myself in the process of just consistently always being a yes man. I just feel like I need to calm down. I need to learn when to say no versus when to say yes. So
I'm sure that perspective was taken in regards to her reality, in terms of her physical reality, because I do not believe Amber is a yes man and all that giving as a content creator. I'll leave that there.
You know, I say this all the time that I want to dye my hair, cut my hair, whatever it may be, but I promise you, the year 2020, I will be cutting my hair and I will be dyeing it. Hands down, it is going to happen, because I just wear my hair like this all the time. I'll wash it, put it up. I won't brush it for like a few days. I don't take care of my hair like I used to, and I almost don't know if I like my hair anymore, which is really sad because I used to love having long hair. My hair is like past my butt, super long. It's fried. I don't like that I've bleached the ends. Like, this was a while ago. I'm very sad that I've reached a point where I just feel like cutting a lot of it off is probably the way to go at this point. When that happens, I'm gonna vlog it. When it happens, I will cry, because I've had long hair for so long. It's almost like a comfort, and it's just gonna be like a really big change when it does happen. And when it does happen, I want it to be a time where I feel like I deserve it, because it will be a big change, and I want to be able to enjoy it and not just have it be like a chore, like, oh my god, I gotta cut my hair. I want it to be more so like, I did this, I want to.
I've spoken before, sorry Amber, I've spoken before about like me not necessarily being the best point of reference when it comes to hair. I mean, it'll grow back. It's okay. I understand that there's generally an emotional attachment going on. It's okay. It will grow back. It's cool.
Reward myself with brand new hair. So regarding my weight, as you guys know, my highest weight is 572.4. I have a goal weight that I want to be by the end of this year. I want to lose in total, which is part of what I've already lost. I want to be down in total 127.4 pounds, which will put me at 445. So I've already lost some of that 127.4, which I can't wait to, you know, share that with you guys, obviously. So yeah, I really want to reach 445 in this year. I'm nervous because whenever I put out something like that, I tend to not succeed. But
like, it sucks to say, but it is the reality. She is back in the 530s now. well, at least the last video that we were privy to. So,
but instead of this year putting out my goals and then like just hoping they just happen by like some magical fairy just like drops down and sprinkles some like dust on me, I actually need to work on succeeding in these goals, and I'm the only one that can do it.
Correct.
And I want to share that journey with you guys. I want to walk 1,000,000 steps this year. I know when I say that out loud, I'm like, is that even possible? I'm like so confused. But when you guys divide it by 365, it's less than like 3,000 steps a day, which I know some days.
I would have just given myself a goal to reach 3,000 steps a day. I don't, like, it's nice to see the big number, like I was saying, it's nice to have that end goal. But sometimes some people can be overwhelmed by that, right? I don't think she reached 1,000,000 steps this year. I don't think she will in the next few days, which obviously sucks. There was both a pandemic and a major piece of surgery in there. I think this is a good goal for myself. I try to hit 6,000 steps minimum a day, and then I get quite happy if I get over 10. And then anything over that just makes me even happier. Yeah, getting around, mobility, walking more, I'm here for it.
I'll probably do less than 3,000. I know some days I'll do more. I feel like I could possibly even go over 1,000,000. Actually, I feel like I know I can. But I just thought it was a cute little goal. 1,000,000 is such like a big, broad number, and it'll help me move more. And it'll just be exciting to see that number like rack up every day. So obviously I'm not wearing my Apple Watch today, January 1st, which today would have been day 1, but I forgot to charge it because, as you guys know, I haven't really been wearing it, but it's on the charger now, so I'm definitely gonna wear it tomorrow. And I can't wait to take my step 1 of the 1,000,000. That sounds crazy, I know, but I just think it'll be fun to try. So I want to get a therapist. As you guys know, I used to see someone, they were actually just a counselor.
I forgot this was in here. Where are we at in Amber's mental health journey now? Where are we at? Reflect.
I want to take, you know, a step up, and I want to see a therapist really bad because I feel like there are a lot of like hidden demons and a lot of things that I need to just talk to someone about. Someone who will not be biased, someone that will tell me how it is. I just need to sit down and I just need to cry. Like, even just talking about it right now, I'm like getting emotional because I really do need to see someone. I feel like it'll help me on my day-to-day life. I feel like it'll help me with relationships in my life. I feel like...
I'm sorry for interrupting, Amber. Gosh, this hits home. So I remember people asking me about just like general personal questions, like, how are you doing, right? Or is everything okay? And these were mostly like work acquaintances, and like even my boss, right? My big general manager, right? Quite often would be good at communicating, is everything okay? Like, very hands-on in the environment. And I just remember when you aren't addressing, in my experience, sorry, I'll speak about me. When I was avoiding things, when I was pushing everything to the back of my head, when I was unhappy with the way I was looking, the way my emotions were running, I've spoken a lot about like me not being the most happy and joyous person in the world. There was actually quite a little bit of anger and resentment going on at my biggest, because I found it easier to blame the world than put any responsibility on myself. Anyway, oftentimes when I would be asked, are you okay? Is everything all right? Like, I would tear up. Like, I would get emotional. And it was as easy as asking me, are you okay? Is everything okay? Do you need help? And so it was obvious within my professional sphere that things weren't going great. And I was quite reclusive. At my biggest, I wasn't very social. We've spoken about that before. So whenever I see this, whenever I see Amber asking herself a question that like potentially has a lot of emotion in the response, I feel it, man. Like, I absolutely recognize my own history in this, because if someone asks me, is everything okay? And I literally have to bite my lip to stop from perhaps not breaking down, but just like having a sad emotional response, which is not, I don't think it's unhealthy, but it was just such a clear indication now. Didn't recognize it at the time. Now I recognize it as, oh goodness, I was holding so much in. I was so unhappy. I could see the things that were affecting me emotionally, mentally, and therefore affecting me physically. But I was trying to ignore it and not address it directly so badly that I would just not maybe panic, but I would just get really anxious at the idea of someone even just poking that, yeah? Even just not delving, but just posing the question, is everything okay? Damn, that's some self-reflection.
It'll help me with, you know, my weight loss and just so many different things. So this kind of goes in with like my weight loss, which I should have mentioned this already, but I want to write down everything I eat. I know there's going to be days where I accidentally forget, or, you know, I just skip. I'm feeling too lazy to write it down, but majority of the time I want to write it down, because what I've noticed is that sometimes I'll forget like what I eat throughout the day, and by writing it down I could go back and be like, oh, I already ate quite a bit today, versus if I didn't do that, I wouldn't remember how much I ate earlier and then I'll overeat. It's just a lot easier for me. So being mindful of what I'm eating and writing it down actually helps a lot.
Mindfulness is great, so is tracking, right? I say to people who ask me, oh, how did you lose weight? Like, what tips have you got? I'm literally my first response is just count everything that you're eating. Even if you're not planning on addressing like weight loss, weight gain, whatever, I think it's really educational and quite interesting to track everything that you eat in a regular week and just see how much vitamin C you're getting, just see how much calcium you're getting, see how much iron you're getting, because absolutely can you go and get tested for for nutrients, minerals, all of that stuff? Sure, but you can also see what's in your diet if you're willing to see, right? Yeah, I mean, this didn't happen, but for me, I try to weigh and input everything before I even start eating. So if I'm making chicken and vegetables, for instance, I will weigh out everything, prepare everything, and then as I'm cooking, input those numbers. So, and the same with recipes. Like if I'm baking, I'll take the recipe, I'll make it, and then I'll divide it by how many portions we end up with, things like that. So
I also want to create a weight loss Instagram and make it public. So I used to actually have one at Curvy Calories, but I no longer want to use that one. Rarity's on the table again. You guys saw her tail do a little jig. But I used to have a weight loss Instagram, Curvy Calories, but I kind of want to leave that behind, because I did have quite a few people following me on there, like over 10,000, and it's like that. I think it's like 2 years old, and it's just like, I suck. I flopped on that. So I want to create a new one.
This is longer than I intended. I don't like this starting fresh, starting new thing. It doesn't work for me. If it works for Amber, fine. I think that if you've got a thing that you've worked on and you kind of leave it in stasis, like just picking up and starting again, I don't know whether or not, like, that's not for me. For me, I like to go back and revisit something that I may have left behind and work on it to get it where it needs to be. I know it's Instagram, it's not that deep, but I just think it's a perspective thing. Anyway, continue.
And when I'm done creating it, when I have my first post up, and when I'm ready to reveal my weight, I will definitely make it public. So I'll definitely let you guys know when I do that. I want to save money. Doesn't everyone? I feel like I did really good in 2019. That sounds so weird to say. I feel like it's 2000. It still feels like 2019, so that was like so weird, but I feel like I did really good with saving in 2019. I am very proud of how much money I saved. Like, it is almost like I feel like I'm in a different dimension. I'm very grateful for YouTube. Taxes is coming up. My bank account.
Please don't complain about taxes. Not to me, at least. I mean, I absolutely love my country, and I'm very thankful for 2020, the way it all panned out, because our government was very, very conscious of the fact that so many people would be impacted. by jobs, and jobs just wouldn't exist. So how do you work and make money if jobs aren't there? Particularly in tourism, hospitality, all of those things. And when the government's, basically telling businesses that they can't operate, how do they then assist stuff, right? But our taxes in Australia are relatively high. They're over the 30% mark for income. And they kind of increase as your income increases. So I have worked since I was 14 and 9 months, like pretty much the month I was legally able to work here. I've always worked, so I've always kind of seen that tax withheld and going to places. But I always remember, I try to always picture it as, we even, at the end of the financial year, the government sends out a flyer that basically breaks down how much tax we paid and what services and systems it goes into. So like large portions of my taxable income goes to like welfare recipients and roads and hospitals and things like that. And it's like, some may think it's propaganda. I think it's quite nice to actually see where things go. But now I'm interested in terms of Kentucky and what it's
It's gonna look dry. No, I'm just kidding. Taxes freak me out. Oh my god. But once taxes are over with, I feel so just like relieved. I'm like, okay, we're starting the year over. We got this. But yeah, I just want to have another year of saving a ton.
Okay, so Kentucky has a 5% flat income tax, 6%. Statewide sales tax
Money, because what I like to do when I get paid, automatically I save 40% for taxes. Bam. Majority of the time, taxes is about 31%. I'm gonna be honest, when you do YouTube, they take about 31%. But I like to
the federal income tax, the federal individual income tax has 7 tax ranges from 10% to 37%. Okay, so it's much the same as Australia, where it's based on
be safer. Then sorry, honey, because I am not wanting to go up in there and being like, I don't have the money. Like, that's just really embarrassing. So that's already 40% of my money 5%. Just saved. And then I want to say about another 30% I just save automatically. It's just saved. I don't use it. I have no reason to use it. So then that leaves me with 30% for like bills. And I just buy random stuff. It really doesn't matter. But I mean, it honestly depends on the month. Sometimes I'll barely use any money. And
I know no one's really here for YouTubers talking about money. I get it, because I think that the perception, at least from me as an audience member, is, I mean, you do create content, but this is the content, and the money is your money, but also like it's tricky. It's a tricky subject. Money is one of those things that's like challenging to navigate in a positive way, and can quite often get people like snagged. I kind of get snagged on discussions about income because my job was so heavily affected this year. I had plans. Everyone had plans. 2020 was meant to be a great year. Unfortunately, things happen, and that's okay. But man, just putting away 30% of a paycheck, damn, that must be nice. 30%.
I mean, everything I got paid just automatically is saved. Anyways, that's just like enough talking about money. Whatever. I just want to save money. So I want to love myself more. I want to love myself more mentally, physically, emotionally. Okay, physically, that's what I mean is, like, I want to take care of my hair more, I want to do my nails more, just things like that. I just feel like I don't like love myself enough to do those things, and I want to start doing those things, and I want to treat myself better. And I know you can't just wake up one day and be like, I love myself, I'm just gonna like treat myself like gold. It's just like not realistic, and you have to like truly work on that. And I feel like that's also gonna like tie in together with like the whole therapist thing, like thoroughly. Yes. I feel like when you love yourself, people can tell, because you take care of yourself better. And not only do you take care of yourself better, but you also take care of the people around you better, and you kind of radiate a happiness and a glow that other people don't have. And as sad as it is, I don't love myself like I should, or I wouldn't look like this. I wouldn't be in the health that I am now. So I feel like by trying to love myself more and accept myself now will make me want to better myself. Does that make sense?
I feel like this discussion needs to be reiterated to modern day Amber, because this conversation was a stark contrast in the latest round of videos where self-love was not the positive beacon of change. The reasoning was, I can't love myself in my current form, because if I love myself, then that means it's self-acceptance and You guys don't need to tell me. I don't need to tell you guys. I don't need to tell you guys that perception and attitude and positivity versus negativity are things that I discuss at length in previous videos. It is interesting because someone brought up the idea of toxic positivity to me, and I'm not about that. I recognize what that is, and it's like, no, not at all. You can't force positivity. You can't in my opinion, positivity is based on self, and it's self-perception. So it is my perception and perspective drawing positivity out of situations that are external, or internal if it's in relation to myself. I spent too many years focusing on the negative and drawing the negative out of external situations and holding it in myself. And 2020 made me realize that I can do the same thing with positivity and feel so much better for it. And people appreciate it more, and I have less anger, and I'm less likely to kind of build my anxiety, and I'm not dependent on that feeling of positivity. It's just a perspective shift. So anyway,
so the last one is, I want to film what I want for my YouTube and I want to upload it. I don't want to be afraid. I don't want to be afraid of judgment. I don't want to be like, oh, what if people don't like this video? I just really want to be me. I feel like there are times where I see certain vlog styles like Alicia Marie or Pink Sparkles. When they vlog, they're good. Like, they do so much editing, very quick and like snappy, like, what would you call it, like snappy frames. Like, it's very just like constant on the go, which I love. And it's like, I've tried to do that in the past just because I like their style of vlogging, but I have to like realize I don't think that's my style at all. As much as I love it and I would love to like be like that, it's just like, I'm not. So I want to learn my own style of videos, and I just want to film what I want. And I don't want to be like, oh, I'm ashamed because I'm this type of YouTuber. Y'all, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of YouTubers on this platform, and we're all different. We all film different types of stuff. We all film on different, things, phones, cameras. Some of us use tripods, some of us use lighting. Like, it doesn't even matter. Just, I want to feel like I can just do what I want, what is right for my channel, and not try to like be like someone else. I feel like that's gonna be very hard because I'm that type of person, like when I watch someone's vlogging style, like even Trisha Paytas, she's the total opposite vlogging style of like Pink Sparkles. Trisha Paytas is more like, she'll sit down and talk like this. She'll just talk and talk and talk. Sometimes I'll watch that and be like, that's how I want my videos. And it's like, when I see the way certain people vlog, I'm like, I want to do that. I want to do that. Oh, let me try that way. Let me try that editing. I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to do what I feel like is right for me and right for my channel. Okay, I feel like I'm actually rambling.
I'll let Amber finish. In relation to media, right? To YouTube as a format, nothing's new. Like, nothing's new. Everything's been done. It's like in literature, right? Like, every story's been told. In terms of YouTube, every piece of content has been done before. It's been done before. Every style, every editing theme, everything has been done before. So trying to pressure yourself into being unique, I feel can be quite difficult. And I wouldn't ever want to do that, right? For instance, me sitting down reacting to a video, how many billions of videos are there out there, right? In my opinion, the uniqueness comes from me. It comes from my perspective and the way I speak about it, and that's what that is. I can edit a smash cut, I can put in music, I can do all of this. It's all been done before. So there's no pressure. I don't think there should be any pressure to be unique. I think the challenge comes when you do watch a lot of content and you begin replicating it. I would probably say it's subconsciously, when you do begin replicating things for the sake of replication. So, I mean, it's tricky. If you watch a lot of YouTube, then you're more than likely to pull inspiration from things, which is great. But when you're just wholeheartedly replicating, you know, other YouTubers' phrases or mannerisms or the structure of their content, so much so that it becomes indistinguishable, that's the word, yeah, that can cause an issue. So obviously, like, strive for your own uniqueness, but from my perspective, I understand the uniqueness that I bring is me. It's not this.
So those are just like some goals, resolutions, like bucket list moments. And I also have a lot of private personal ones that I just maybe felt too embarrassed to like share. So I hope you all had like a great New Year's Eve and a great January 1st. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna end this video and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye, Amber. Okay, well, that actually kind of has me jazzed. That's the phrase. To go back and have a look at what Amber was kind of working towards and expecting over the next few years. Again, I get a lot of motivation and inspiration out of having discussions based on this content, because it helps me with some reflection and enables me to investigate and think about what I want for the next 12 months. I'm sure that will be a discussion that comes up, and maybe we'll do a video on that. I have plans, but none of them will be determined on January 1st, I guess is the best way to say that. There are plans for the next year, but none of them will be firmly, I can't start this right now. Anyway, if you got to this point in the video, as always, I appreciate your comments, opinions, and eyeballs. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.